Hi, I'm Laurie Dobson, and today is February 28th, and behind me, I don't know if you did distance, you can see there's a deer walking down the road. He was in front of the house here. It's Great Cranberry Island, and I am, hello, it's okay. The sun is up before the coffee. It's a sign that the light is dawning, the light is returning to this island more earlier and later. It's already up. Look at that. The sun is out and casting shadows. I'm just so happy. So we are lucky to live here. All right, so and my deer is gone that way. Okay, so and there's the sun right there. We're lucky to get it directly in the morning and late at night. Okay, all right, I'm to be forgiven because it's early in the morning. I haven't had coffee yet, and the dogs are doing their thing and took off on me. So, okay, this is Great Cranberry Island, and I want to talk about the light returning, the light dawning on us, because as we know, now that it's March tomorrow, checks did not come when they were promised. Things have not happened the way that we thought. Well, some of us knew, but a lot of Democrats, I think, are demoralized to realize and regretting already buyer's remorse with Biden buyer's remorse. Yeah, he's going to be a bad president, very clearly. You know, people thought Carter was a do-nothing president. Imagine what Biden's legacy will be. And his press person doing all they possibly can to run interference on the guy and try to pretend, we all know what a do-nothing parent is like. This is going to be a do-nothing president. That's what it is. At least that's the hope that he's going to do. The problem is, of course, that he's not going to just be a do-nothing. He's going to do things like bring us back to wars. Oh, that's already happened. Not keeping promises, that's already happened. So he's a liar and a warmonger. Well, that's a great start to a presidency. It's not even spring yet, and he's failed us. So I want to talk about Covidian culture, the doubters versus the certains. Certain Covidian core, or the COVID certainty core, CCC, Democrats version, COVID certainty core versus the COVID doubters core, which is the rest of us. And I think it's okay. I think it's important, actually, to embrace doubting COVID. When you're a doubter, you're not a true believer. You're not going to be out there saying, no matter what the numbers say, no matter what anything says, I've made my mind up. Superstition, truth, doesn't matter. It's all subsumed in the general belief structure, which is that we, believing is seeing, not seeing is believing. You believe in COVID, then everything follows. And that's what you're being required to do. You're required to be an extreme fundamentalist when it comes to COVID. The rest of your life, you can doubt all you want to, except for, woke language. You can't doubt the need for that and identity politics. That's hammered into place, right? We have probably going to have a new health secretary that looks like she came out of the crypt. But that's all right. It's okay to make yourself look like a spectacle if you're running as an important cabinet member and making people feel confident about you thoroughly having their health and security, the whole American public, all of us citizens, our health is in her hands. Things like that. The doublespeak is in full sway. In fact, it's making a mockery of the whole idea of health. And, just like Jen Psaki is making a mockery of the whole idea of talking to people and giving us information, just like everything else is a mockery. Biden himself is a mockery of a president. The mockery of a president promising and not delivering, running a war but not talking to reporters, not talking to the public ahead of time. Do you remember how much time Obama spent banging the drum and Bush trying to get, authorization through Congress, trying his best, and, eventually Colin Powell had to run interference for him. But, there was a necessity. It was a necessity to get us to understand the policies, but there's no necessity for that here because there is no policy. It's just whatever the corporations decide behind the scenes. Cheney did that with the energy task force. Well, now we have our entire economic task force is behind the scenes. We are not to understand who's running anything anymore. Nobody is to understand what the powers of the presidency, who's got those and who's exercising them. It seems like there's no exercise of the presidency itself. So it's a corporate-run cabal. This was a coup. Now we have the corporations behind the scenes. The name branding is thoroughly on every decision that's made by committee. It's going to be pretty scary running that. And then I guess the nuclear football is going to be passed along to the team because the 30 Democrats that want to change it and not let Biden have the power of the unitary power of that. How's that going to be? Nuke by committee. Could things be more insane? The lunatics are running the asylum. And then Bernie's out there doing his usual thing, Bernie the appeaser. We need an appeaser in every organization, a successful organization that wants to overtake, and run things and reset things and build back, so-called build back better. So you need somebody like Bernie that has a certain amount of trust in him so that we'll use him to tamp down concerns and fears and paranoias over the fact that, oh yeah, they're going to go into impeachment instead of COVID relief. And Bernie says, don't worry, they can do both at the same time. We're smart. We can do impeachment and COVID relief. Well, they couldn't. They couldn't do the impeachment. They're not, it was a giant distraction device. Anyway, thanks, Bernie. Thanks for running interference for the Dems again. As we kind of know, anytime there's a big sell going on, Bernie's going to be there to help push it. With the idea that he's got our backs. So we need those kinds of people too, to lie to us, to make sure that we take our little pills and don't cause any trouble, don't mount an insurrection. Bernie, the actual anti-revolutionary, the one who was against everything he was espousing, standing up to the billionaire class when he signed, did the COVID relief, when he supported it, the CARES Act, the hugest upward transfer of wealth in the history of this country, and Bernie was helping sell it. We can't believe in certain things anymore. Biden, we can see, what he looks like just by looking at him. That's why they can't even let him finish a sentence on TV. You watch, he doesn't even say a full sentence to be repeated over the news. It's all been co-opted. All the communication's been co-opted. Bought. It was already bought. So you're not going to get any coming just to you guys. You think you matter to this country, you citizens. How funny. How childish. How infantile of you to believe you have your country left after everything you did to dismantle it. And the COVID thing is just icing on the cake. It's just a distraction for you to think that, oh, that's what's really happening, not the takedown of our country, right? Not the loss of a third of our businesses. We can't even own that that's the problem. We have to pretend that the real problem is a non-existent, virus that is no more a threat. That everything was subsumed in, the flu, the pneumonia, everything, was just sort of disappeared. We had a magical disappearance. But that's okay. In COVID belief land, things magically disappear. Numbers move around all the time. They ramp way up right before an election to get you freaking scared. And then right afterwards, or just actually, Fauci was saying, oh, things are sort of flattening now. But are they really? Or is there a new variant? Or what's actually happening? Nobody knows. The numbers just move around. It's a magical thing. I'm telling you. It's the magical thing. Magical thinking has gotten us to this place. Well, I'm a doubter. I'm a COVID doubter. I'm a doubter of all things now. I'm certainly a doubter of this administration. All you have to do is look at what it proposes. Essentially nothing. Another lie, because they're actually doing a lot. They're undermining a lot. They're taking down safeguards. They're taking away jobs right and left. They're giving them to immigrants. And you'll see those people will take on the jobs, the necessary, essential, useful jobs. And they'll probably have a certain way of paying that's going to be unique. It doesn't seem like anything applies. No similar standard for everybody. A double standard is thoroughly in place, and more striations will occur as we separate people in classes out and differences, cultural differences, cultural identities. You think it's divided now, but wait until they're done. We're going to have so many different divisions, and every single piece of woke language will have to be nailed into place carefully. So you tread carefully around everything, or you will get, word jailed. You'll get convicted as an anti-woke member of society, and you think that's funny. It's not going to be funny. Hold on a second. Girls, come back here. Come. Get back here. Trying to follow the deer, my little dachshunds going down the road thinking they can break away. Come on. Get back here. Sun's coming up seriously now. I bet the coffee's already brewing. So anyway, this is just my little wake-up call in the morning. It's not just a wake-up for the day, but a wake-up for the world, because nothing will change if we don't change it. As it always was, so will it ever be. You know, the price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and right now things are just dropping right and left, crashing and burning. The edifices of our society, our free society. You want it? You better hold on now, and you better strengthen the provisions that we have to take care of our country. If you do care about it, the things you've always cared about, they're moving, they're going, they're dropping off fast. And while you think the Democrats are doing their thing and you can go to sleep, the corporations have taken over your party and the world. As you know, because you're bending over your phone right now, or you wouldn't be watching me. It's going to be a wild ride. So hang in there. My suggestion is to doubt things, to question everything. Question everything. Have a good day.